Prepare to have your taste buds turned upside down and your pantry scrutinized. We're peeling back the wrapper on the peculiar processes and quirky quirks behind some of the foods that crowd our shelves and conquer our cravings. From the bizarre to the borderline unbelievable, these culinary concoctions might just have you second-guessing your next snack. Get ready for a roller coaster ride through the fascinating yet sometimes unsettling world of food production. Number 1. Factory-farmed eggs.
In a day, we probably are gathering close to 1.7, 1.8 million eggs.
Beneath the shell of a factory-farmed egg lies a story of cramped cages, where hens live in a space smaller than a sheet of paper. Thousands are stacked in dim warehouses, stripping away their natural behaviors like dust bathing or stretching wings. Amidst the wire and waste, diseases can thrive, and the air turns thick with ammonia, harmful to both hens and humans. Hens often endure debeaking to prevent stressed pecking at one another. Breaking out of this cycle, the environmental toll is equally concerning. Manure mountains risk polluting our waters, and producing feed churns out greenhouse gases. While enriched cages offer slightly more dignity, truly free-range or organic standards are pushing the boundaries for a kinder approach to egg production. Consumers are catching on, opting for eggs with a clearer conscience. Yet, with labels varying, it's a complex carton to crack. Understanding the story behind the supermarket egg might just turn your breakfast choice on its head. Number 2. Canned meat. Often found in pantries around the world for its convenience, canned meat's origins might be less appetizing than its ready-to-eat appeal. The journey begins with the less tender, cheaper cuts of meat. They're the tough guys not making the fresh meat counter. After trimming the fat and cutting them down to size, these cuts are cured with salt and sodium nitrite, giving them a longer shelf life and that characteristic pink hue. But it's not just about the meat. Water, salt, and extra additives join the mix to enhance flavor and preservation before it all gets tucked into cans. Then comes the crucial sealing to keep out unwanted bacteria. Next, high heat dance in a pressure cooker or autoclave cooks everything through and kills off any lingering bacteria, making the cans a safe bet for long-term storage. Here's where it gets a bit tough to stomach. Although this process ensures safety and extends shelf life, those added preservatives, like sodium nitrite, come under fire for potential health risks, prompting a second look from those of us minding our diets. Despite the debate, this shelf-stable staple endures, offering a quick meal with a side of food science savvy. Number 3. Chicken nuggets. Often hailed as a kid's favorite, chicken nuggets hide a process that might make some of us think twice. What starts as chicken carcass, with the prime cuts removed, undergoes high pressure to separate the leftover meat from the bone. This results in a paste that includes more than just meat. It can scoop up skin and cartilage too. Add a mix of fillers like soy or starch, seasonings and preservatives, and that paste transforms into something extendable and flavorful, but far from the original whole muscle chicken we might envisage. Once combined, this mixture is shaped into those bite-sized pieces we're familiar with, coated in batter and breaded for that satisfying crunch. A quick pre-cook kills off bacteria before these nuggets are frozen and packaged, ready to make their way to our plates. The process is efficient, maximizing each chicken's yield, but the end product is a far cry from the farm-fresh image, and has sparked health and ethical debates. Yet thanks to food regulations, these products are safe to consume, leaving the choice in the hands of the informed consumer. Number 4. Conventionally grown strawberries. Strawberries are a sweet favorite, but the conventional growing process might leave a sour taste. Fields are fumigated before planting, targeting soil pests with chemicals potentially harming the ozone layer. Throughout the season, these berries get sprayed repeatedly to fend off fungi and bugs. What's concerning is some of these substances cling to the fruit, possibly reaching your plate even after a good rinse. For the people working these fields, the high pesticide exposure can lead to serious health issues, from skin irritations to long-term ailments. Nearby communities may also feel the impact through contaminated water sources, as agricultural runoff makes its way into streams and groundwater. Our buzzing friends, the bees too, aren't spared, with their populations declining partly due to these harsh chemicals. Then there's the soil itself, losing its natural vitality and biodiversity because of the constant chemical barrage, making it increasingly dependent on these artificial aids. So next time you're about to bite into a conventionally grown strawberry, think about the heavy pesticide baggage it carries from farm to fork. With growing consumer awareness, organic strawberries are gaining ground, offering an option that better respects health and the environment. Number 5. Soda. This fizzy beverage might be a staple in many diets, but have you ever wondered what's bubbling inside that can? At the heart of every soda is carbonated water, infused with carbon dioxide to give it that signature pop and sizzle, sweetened with high fructose corn syrup or sometimes artificial sweeteners. For those zero-calorie versions, it packs a sugary punch that has been linked to numerous health issues. These sweet sips are flavored with artificial chemicals designed to mimic everything from classic cola to wild berry blasts. Preservatives like sodium benzoate are then tossed in, keeping your drink fresh on the shelf for longer, but introducing substances your body may not be so keen on. And don't forget the colors. Yes, these vibrant hues are no fruit's doing, but rather the work of coloring agents like caramel color or food dyes. Some sodas get their kick from caffeine, a stimulant many seek out for an energy boost. So while that soda may seem like a quick thirst quencher, the concoction of sugar, artificial additives, and preservatives might just have you thinking twice about cracking open a can. Number 6. Instant noodles. Step into your kitchen and you'll likely find a pack of instant noodles. These quick meals begin as a simple mix of wheat flour, water, and salt. Once mixed, the dough is rolled, cut into thin strips, and then steamed. This is where they begin to take on their familiar noodle form. But have you ever wondered how they cook so fast? The secret lies in the frying process. After steaming, noodles are fried in oil, which removes the moisture and allows them to be stored for months. However, while convenient, these noodles pack a punch in terms of sodium and MSG, especially in those little flavoring packets included in each pack. A single serving can contain a significant portion of the recommended daily intake of sodium, something to think about the next time you're slurping down that savory broth. Instant noodles also carry a hidden cost. The frying process not only gives them a longer shelf life, but also adds to the calorie count, transforming them into high-fat food items. It's a blend of convenience and indulgence that has made instant noodles a pantry staple, but maybe not as innocent as that quick meal fix we often think it is. Number 7. Farmed shrimp. Diving into the world of aquatic delicacies, farmed shrimp tops the list, but hides a murky tale beneath its shell. Tucked away in tropical waters, shrimp farms often cramp these crustaceans in overcrowded ponds, where the battle against disease drives farmers to heavy antibiotics and chemicals use. Think of each shrimp swimming in a cocktail of pollutants. Not the kind you'd cheers to. This practice doesn't just affect the shrimp, it spills over into the seas. Waste and chemicals leak out, fueling rampant pollution and turning once vibrant underwater landscapes into lifeless wastelands. Moreover, the appetite for shrimp comes at a cost to our vital mangrove forests, which are ripped out to make room for farms. These mangroves are more than just trees. They're the guardians of coastlines, protectors of biodiversity, and buffers against climate change. Shrimp farming's shadow also looms over local communities, often steering them into waters of conflict over land, and leaving workers in a net of exploitation. Plus, occasional farmed shrimp escapees venture into the wild, threatening to disrupt the delicate balance of marine life. As we reel in these realities, it's clear the way we farm shrimp could leave a taste too bitter to swallow. Number 8. Commercial white bread. The soft white slices you often find packed in a plastic bag at the grocery store might not seem so ordinary once you discover what goes into making them. It all starts with refined wheat flour that's been stripped of its nutrients. The outer bran and the nutritious germ are removed, leaving behind the endosperm, which is mostly starch. Here's where things get less appetizing. That flour is then bleached to get its bright white color. And to extend shelf life, chemicals like calcium propionate prevent mold and bacteria from spoiling the bread. While softness is a must, dough conditioners and emulsifiers are mixed in to keep that texture consistent in every loaf. But that's not all. Added sugars sneak in, not just for a touch of sweetness, but also to give the crust its golden hue when baked. Sure, some nutrients like B vitamins and iron are added back to make it enriched flour, but let's face it, it'll never match the health benefits of whole grains. With all these additives for prolonging shelf life, enhancing flavor, and perfecting texture, the simplicity of bread is lost to mass production. So the next time you reach for that packet of white bread, you might just remember what goes into this everyday staple. Number 9. Canned vegetables. When vegetables are canned, they go through a process called blanching. That's where they get a quick dip in boiling water. While this helps them stay fresh in the can, it also causes some of the vitamins to wave goodbye. And we're not just talking about a little vitamin loss, we mean a significant portion, especially vitamin C and some of the B vitamins that just don't like the heat. Now, to add to that, most canned veggies come with extra guests, salt and sometimes sugar. These are like party crashers that nobody really asked for. Too much salt can lead to blood pressure going up. And extra sugar? Well, that's just extra calories nobody needs. But wait, there's more. The cans themselves can be lined with a chemical called BPA. It's been used for years to keep the cans from rusting, but it turns out BPA might not be too friendly to our bodies, and it can sneak into the vegetables. So next time you're eyeing those canned veggies on the shelf, remember, fresh and frozen options are like VIP guests, usually more nutritious, and without those unwanted plus ones. Number 10. Margarine. Commonly found as a butter alternative, margarine's origins start with vegetable oils, which undergo a transformation called hydrogenation. This process turns the oils into a more solid state, but often implants them with unhealthy trans fats. Manufacturers have combated this by modifying or reducing hydrogenation, opting instead for blends or fully hydrogenated fats without trans fats. To achieve a stable mixture, emulsifiers like lecithin bind water and fat. And to prolong shelf life and ensure your spread doesn't go rancid quickly, preservatives come into play, some being artificial like BHT and BHA. The creamy texture and appealing color of margarine often owe credit to artificial colors and sometimes artificial flavors too, added to mimic butter's natural allure. Recent years have seen a push for healthier options, leading to the birth of new margarine formulas. These are crafted to cut down on trans fats and artificial ingredients thanks to both consumer health concerns and tighter regulations. Despite these changes, the knowledge of what goes into traditional margarine and how it is processed might leave you reconsidering that next swipe across your toast. Number 11. Prepackaged salads. While they may be the epitome of convenience, ready-to-eat salads hide less appetizing truths. First off, they can harbor unwanted guests like E. coli and salmonella, thanks to the waters they're washed in or a lapse in the supply chain. To tackle bacteria, these leafy greens take a chlorine bath. Sure, a chlorinated rinse is like a disinfectant, but it can also lead to harmful byproducts making their way into your bowl. And after the rinse, they're tucked into plastic packaging. It's not just about the waste, but also the journey these salads make, often traveling great distances in refrigerated trucks, increasing their carbon footprint before they even reach your fridge. Not to mention, the farming of salad ingredients is thirsty work, often in places where water isn't plentiful, raising serious environmental concerns. So next time you grab that bag of greens, you're not just picking a meal, but also a complex web of health and environmental factors. Number 12. Marshmallows. Those fluffy, pillow-like sweets you love to toast over a campfire have a less appetizing origin story. The squishy treat gets its signature texture from gelatin, which is a protein boiled out of animal byproducts. Think cowhides, pigskins, and even the bones. Yep, the same marshmallows that melt in your hot chocolate are crafted from the collagen extracted from these sources. This gelatin is combined with sugar, corn syrup, and your favorite flavors to create the marshmallow concoction we know and nibble. The mixture is whipped up, incorporating air to get those soft peaks, then poured into molds to set. As it cools, the gelatin works its magic, ensuring each marshmallow holds its shape. And for those who've gone a lifetime without this knowledge, it might be hard to look at a s'more the same way again. But don't despair. If you're feeling squeamish, there are plant-based alternatives available that capture the essence of marshmallows without the animal-derived gelatin. Whether you stick to the traditional or opt for the vegan varieties, the secret behind these sweets is now out of the bag. Number 13. Food colorings. These vibrant hues in your candy and snacks aren't always derived from nature. In fact, many manufacturers use synthetic dyes made from petroleum, a substance that's also used to make gasoline and plastic. While these artificial colors make food pop off the shelf, they stir up a lot of controversy. Some studies suggest a link between synthetic dyes and health issues, including allergies and hyperactivity in children, with certain colors coming under more scrutiny than others. Even with regulatory organizations like the FDA approving these additives, there's an increasing push from consumers for natural alternatives. Think of beets, turmeric, and spirulina, all plant-based and full of color. It's a response to worries that have even led some countries to reevaluate their stance on these controversial ingredients. Food colorings are a classic case of eating with our eyes. It's an interesting dilemma for food producers and consumers alike. The trade-off between the visual appeal of brightly colored foods and the desire for natural ingredients is sparking change in the way we look at what's on our plates. Number 14. Hot dogs. What's really in these iconic tubular treats? When it comes to hot dogs, it's a mix and mash of meats: pork, beef, chicken, or turkey, leveraging leftovers and parts you wouldn't normally pick off the shelf. Think mechanically separated meat, ground up bones and all, producing a paste ready for processing. The surprising sidekicks in the mix: water, starch, and a cocktail of additives are whipped together with the meat slurry. Among them, sodium nitrite stands out, enlisted for its powers to preserve and flavor, but raising eyebrows for potential health risks. The meat mixture then gets shaped into those familiar franks by being piped into casings, followed by precise cooking and smoking for that unmistakable taste. Of course, this comes with a color fix thanks to our contentious chemical friend, sodium nitrite, flaunting that classic hot dog pink and warding off nasty bacteria. Finally, they're cooled, cased, and arrive on shelves with a longer shelf life than some might expect. The humble hot dog, a staple at ballparks and barbecues, might just have more behind the scenes than you'd first think. Whether you relish the thought or find it hard to stomach, it's clear hot dogs are a processed platter of culinary alchemy. Number 15. Packaged fruit snacks. These chewy bites might have the word fruit in the name, but don't be fooled by the colorful packaging covered in pictures of strawberries and grapes. Despite slogans that tout real fruit flavors, these snacks are packed with added sugars. Consuming them regularly can set you up for a host of health issues, from tooth decay to heart disease. What's more, they're often stuffed with artificial ingredients, flavors and colors crafted in a lab. And let's not forget those vitamins on the label. They're usually added in, and not a match for the natural goodness you'd get from a simple piece of fruit. And the impact goes beyond your health. Each fruit snack comes wrapped in its own plastic film, leading to a pileup of waste that's tough to recycle. The result? More litter clogging our landfills and oceans. Buying these snacks might seem like a small choice, but it's one with big consequences for your body and our planet. That's why once you know the story behind packaged fruit snacks, you might think twice before tossing them into your shopping cart. Thanks for joining us on this eye-opening journey through the surprising truths behind popular food products. We hope you found this exploration as fascinating as we did. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more insightful content, and turn on notifications to stay in the loop. Until next time, keep questioning what's on your plate and stay curious about the world of food production. Your support means the world to us. See you in the next video.